Erdal says, middle heavy to heavy depression combined with panic attacks in combination leads to paralyze me and my thoughts. Demotivation for everything. Isolation, no joy, and sense of life. Total system crush affecting life for more than 2 years. Well, Erdal, I want you to first realize that I'm not a doctor. So what I say, I don't want it to be interfered with anything that your physicians have prescribed for you or recommending to you or advising you. Having said that, I want you to realize that if this condition that you have, it's not based on chemical imbalance, which they would do a blood test and they will know, your doctors will know if it's chemically imbalanced. That's why they would give you a certain kind of supplement, medicine to create the balance in your chemical composition. If it's not a chemical imbalance, then you may pursue thinking about psychologically what in your psyche has been created for you to believe your thoughts that appear in your head. And once the thoughts appear, which most often they have nothing to do with reality, they're just thoughts, but we're conditioned to believe them. And as I mentioned previously in a few minutes ago, when the thoughts appear in our head, we give it a credibility and we start believing in it because it's from us and we know the source, we trust the source, so it's happened, appeared in our heads, and therefore we follow it. We think there's any truth to it. But who says that we should actually believe our thoughts and be so emotionally attached to it and follow it as if it was really happening? There is a chance that a thought is about something that is not real, it's not truthful, and it's just a thought, like a movie that we're seeing. Most movies create certain kind of emotion in us, but that movie was really make-believe. It was made for entertainment. It was being filmed on, and actors were playing. But yet, our mind, when it's focused on it in a certain setting, doesn't remember or is not focused on that this was made. It is only following the emotion that is creating. And because the emotion is created in us, because of what we are seeing, or because of the thought or the movie that we're watching, the emotion that is created in us makes us think that that thing that is happening is actually real. So the emotion becomes our evidence for that to be real, where actually it wasn't real, because not only just real things create emotion in us, fake things also create emotion in us. And that emotion makes us think the fake thing that created the emotion was actually real because it created an emotion in me. No, the emotion can be created in many different ways. An actor comes in and starts yelling at me, I get offensive, defensive, and I start, reciprocating. But then they tell me, oh, it was just a joke. Well, I don't know it was a joke. I reacted to it, and I thought it's real. So same thing when the thoughts comes, you don't have, if you think of it as true, then you react to it if it's true, and you believe your emotions to be a evidence for that to be real. But if you don't believe in your thoughts, you say, well, okay, it's a thought. I just want to focus on what I like to do now. Other than things that are senseful and for our security and safety and comfort and so forth, those are good things that we need to rely on in order to recognize things and remain healthy and safe and all that. But beside those things, many thoughts that comes to our heads, we don't have to believe it, we don't have to follow it just because it appeared and made and gave us an emotion, and that emotion could be fear. Now because I'm afraid, I'm thinking, oh, it may be true because I'm afraid. Well, maybe I'm just afraid, but there is no boogeyman out there. If I believe there is, then I'm afraid of it. But if I believe there isn't, then I can see the actuality of it. Oh, there isn't. Yeah? It's lots of things in our thoughts. So just consider that. Maybe that will be something for you to be more balanced in believing your thoughts that is trying to keep you depressed. It's trying to bring all these negative things in your mind to stop you from enjoying life and believing that life has other side. It can be wonderful too. There are days that we all have wonderful days, and there are days that we all have shitty days. And this is not special to you. Every one of us gets depressed from time to time, gets fearful, and then we believe our thoughts, and so on and so forth. And then there are days that we are so full of energy and hopes and happiness, and we are in tune, and we don't believe nonsenses, and we don't get tricked by our thoughts so easily. So hope that would be something for you.